Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, peopleofdistinction.org for more info, or you can always email me directly at benji@alcoleenterprises.com. And on the line with us today, we have Dona Woodley. We'll be discussing her fantastic book, Tips from Your Job Coach, a strategic guide for employment seekers, available for purchase through Amazon as well as barnesandnoble.com. And guys, listen, Dona was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by some of the best movers in the business, Diamond Media Press Publishing. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, make sure you're doing yourself a favor and you're contacting Diamond Media. And you can find out more information on them at diamondmediapress.com. And I'm so excited that we have Dona here on the line because it's going to be a fantastic education for everyone that picks up the book, myself included. So without further ado, let's jump right in because Dona is the expert. She's written the book, she's done the research, and she is going to be able to articulate everything much better than I ever could. So without further ado, here we go. Dona, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you so much for being a guest. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, the pleasure is all ours. We're very much looking forward to this. And, you know, I think what you're doing here, Dona, is something that is so profound and something that is really needed, right? Because whether you're someone who has been in the job force for years or you're someone just starting out, it is a confusing area because it's constantly changing and there's so many things that you really want to stay on top of. And a lot of the tricks to the trade, so many people don't know. And I think what you're doing here is so beneficial. So the pleasure is all ours. We're absolutely looking forward to it. Now, Dona, I know we have so much information to cover. But before we go into the book, let's hold off slightly. Start first by telling our listening audience a little bit more about you and your background, please.
Well, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I am a product of the Philadelphia School District.
Mm-hmm.
When I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh, I was only 19 years old with a bachelor's degree in education. I was only 19 when I graduated. However, no one ever told me that I had to be 21 in order to teach. I had no idea. It was a surprise to me. So I decided to let everyone know, everyone, including the bus driver, the dry cleaners, the grocery store, to let them know that I was looking for work and what field I was going into so they can keep a lookout for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went home and I decided to use the yellow pages. Remember the yellow pages?
I do.
I decided to use them to look for work. And the third one I called because I was calling daycare centers. The third one that I called, she spoke to me, Ms. Bivens. I'll never forget her. I asked her if she had an opening for a teacher or an assistant teacher. I really wanted to use my education as quickly as possible. She told me to come in a few days for an interview. But when I got there, she told me, I'm already hired. She said, girl, I already hired you before you even hung up the phone.
Wow.
That's a great tip for someone looking for work. Tell everyone you know that you're looking for work.
Mm-hmm.
And they can put in a good word for you. I use the Yellow Pages, which is old school nowadays because of the internet. Now you can just put your resume and cover letter online and someone will call you.
Donna, thank you very much for sharing all of that. Let's go a little further in more detail, because now we're learning your experience and really how the origin of this book started, really where it developed through something that you actually utilized for yourself, or things that you utilized for yourself, rather. But let's go more in depth with the book itself. Talk to us a little bit more about the narrative, how the book is constructed.
I start off with talking about the mindset. You have to have the correct mindset when looking for work. You have to be in a certain mindset. Be open-minded and keep your options open, because you may be looking for a computer programming position. You should have the skills to do any IT. So if you're looking for a computer programming position and they decide they want to hire you as security in internet security, you would know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So keep your options open. You go in for one job and then you're offered a different position. Go ahead and take it. But in your interview, you have to ask questions. What does the job entail? Don't talk about benefits, however. Don't talk about benefits or salary.
Mm-hmm. Great points that you brought up there, Donna. Any other do's and don'ts of the interview process that people should be aware of, Donna?
Well, I'll tell you, the interview starts as soon as you make that phone call or as soon as you submit your resume online. That's when the interview starts. People use the word I on their resume. Don't do that. Employers don't want to hear about I. They want to know what's in it for them. Mm-hmm. Where you can use your first person is in the cover letter. If you write a cover letter using their specific buzzwords, chances are you're going to get hired.
Donna, that's a great one. Now, when we're talking about buzzwords, are you talking about words specifically that the company in which you're applying for is searching for? Like in their ad, when they recommend or say that they're looking for certain specifics, utilizing those same words in the cover letter? Is that what you mean by buzzwords?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Exactly. In the cover letter, you can use bullets. You can use bullet points and really emphasize your strengths, even though they're going to see your strengths when they read your resume. You can still highlight your strengths in your cover letter, mm-hmm. because then when you do your thank you letter and when you do your follow-up call after the interview, you can highlight these again. So, you're giving yourself an edge over someone else.
Again, here on the line with Donna Woodley, we're discussing her fantastic book, Tips from Your Job Coach, a strategic guide for employment seekers, available for purchase through Amazon as well as BarnesandNoble.com. Donna, next question that I'd love to go into, and everything that you're saying so far makes so much sense. Again, for me, who has been in the workforce for so many years now. I mean, this is bringing me back to it. I mean, it's been a while since I've had to go out for a job interview, but I remember these things. They're all slowly but surely starting to come back. Now, Donna, I'm curious, in terms of that cover letter, how important would you say a cover letter is? A lot of times, it may not specifically be asked for, and we know that the resume is very important, but that cover letter could really be an extra tool that's utilized to really flesh out, because on the resume there's only so much space that you have to really articulate your strengths. So that cover letter can also be matched as that tool to fully flesh out those strengths. But talk to us, since you're the expert here, from your position, how important would you say that cover letter is?
The cover letter is your introduction to the potential employer. Mm-hmm. He's looking to get to know you. He's only going to spend a couple seconds on your cover letter and even less time on your resume. And he's going to make a decision from there. So you have to be candid. Tell them in the first paragraph how you came across their job opening. Address them by name, because wherever you saw the job opening is going to be their name. Even if it's the human resource manager who posted the position, you're going to be interviewed by the hiring manager. So find out who they are and go ahead and introduce yourself properly.
Donna, sticking with that concept and really just where you ended, right? The introducing yourself properly. So we've completed the resume. We've completed the cover letter. We've gone through, we've sent that in. We have the appointment for the interview. How important is making that first impression, right? In your overall appearance and how you're communicating. Talk to us now about, we're in the room. We're sitting down in front of this potential employer. How important is it to really make that first impression? It may seem basic, but hey, let's get basic with it, right? I mean, we don't know. Some audience members listening in right now could be high schoolers going out for their very first job. And they maybe don't understand the full magnitude of, hey, maybe I should iron my shirt. Maybe I should have my shirt tucked in. Maybe I should speak in a cadence or try to articulate myself in a very educated manner to leave that impression. Talk to us about the importance of that impression and really how that initial interaction should go.
Actually, you should be dressed in a business attire, not too much jewelry or makeup. If you have tattoos, cover them up. However, if you're looking for work in a tattoo parlor, go ahead and show your tattoos.
Absolutely.
But most of the time, it's going to be an older person, although I take that back, because there are some people who are much, much younger than I am, and I'm applying for a job where the younger person is the expert. Mm-hmm. The younger person is the one who's checking me out. So you have to be professional in your speak, in your language, in your body language. Don't wear too much cologne or perfume, and make sure, ladies, that your dress is at a decent length.
Mm-hmm. Donna, I love everything that you're saying. And guys, please rest assured that everything that she's saying is absolutely accurate. You're just going to want to make sure that you're doing the research ahead of time, right? As she said, if you're going for a job in a tattoo parlor, Well, yeah, you want those tattoos exposed, right? I mean, that's fine because that is the environment in which you're applying for a job. If that is not the case, nobody is saying anything against your tattoos. Okay, we love tattoos. I have them. Yeah, a lot of my friends do. And listen, tattoos are great. And that's to each their own if that's your own personal expression. No one is saying anything against tattoos for tattoo's sake. We're solely saying that if you're going to apply for a job at a bank, probably is not the best place for you to be having your tattoo showcased because you're interacting with people on a constant basis. And therefore, you don't know how other people will feel about your tattoos. And because this is not your establishment, you're going to want to operate in a way that holds that particular establishment in the best light. And by showcasing or actually preventing those tattoos from being showcased, that business is now what is being on the forefront, not your tattoos, right? And that's all we're making here. And I absolutely love that because it's so important. A lot of times it just comes down to education. A lot of times people just don't know any better. And that's why this book is so important. You know, I absolutely love it. And listen, guys, I could stay on the phone here and I could talk to her for hours. Okay. The information is that profound and I am that engaged. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time. Okay. And for you, you're going to need to pick up the book to gather all of the information. We're not going to give it all to you. Okay. So as we close out here, the last question that I want to ask here, Donna, because this book has been so well covered. So thank you for all of the information that you've given. I can only think of one other question, and that's, Donna, what's next for you? What's on the horizon?
Well, I am starting a new television network on Roku. It's called Bright Star, and we are a community-based program. We're focusing on entrepreneurship and leadership.
There you have it.
Bright Star. And I chose that name because there's going to be so many opportunities for people who are looking to work independent of an employer. Mm-hmm. Entrepreneurship is so important in this country and internationally as well. And when you're an entrepreneur, you can work for yourself, set up your own time schedule.
You know what you have to do. Check out her television network the moment it becomes available on Roku, Bright Star. And while you're at it, head on over there at Amazon, Barnes & Noble pages, and pick up your copy of Tips from Your Job Coach, a strategic guide for employment seekers by Donna Woodley. You surely will not be disappointed. Let's grow, let's develop, and let's educate ourselves. And it starts with this fantastic narrative. Donna, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you once again for being a guest with us today on People of Distinction.
Thank you for having me.